Cultural Development Committee today, the 2nd of December. We'll start off with the welcome to acknowledgement of country. I'll get Councillor Doyle to do our acknowledgement.
Thank you, Chair. Ipswich City Council respectfully acknowledges the traditional owners as custodians of the land and waters we share. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging as the keepers of the traditions, customs, cultures and stories of proud people.
So in attendance we've got all of the councillors and we've got Councillor Antonelli online. The Mayor is an apology today. I'll move a leave of absence for the Mayor. Do I have a second? Councillor Martin. Any discussion on that? I'll move it. All those in favour? Councillor Antonelli, how do you vote?
In the affirmative, thank you.
That is unanimous and carried. Sorry, I jumped the gun. I was so eager to get into the committee. So thanks, Councillor Doyle, for doing the acknowledgement of country. Councillors, are there any declarations of interest in any of the matters on the agenda? I don't have any noted, but if there is any through the meeting, please let us know. Business outstanding, I've got nil on my agenda. We'll move to the confirm minutes of the minutes. Do I have a mover for those minutes? Thank you, Deputy Mayor Johnick, and I'll second it by Councillor Doyle. Discussion on any of the minutes? No, I'll put them. I'll move those. I'll put that to the councillors. All those in favour? Councillor Antonelli, how do you vote?
In the affirmative, thank you.
Thank you so much. That's unanimous and carried. So now we'll move on to the officers' reports. The first one on the agenda is the Ipswich Arts and Cultural Vision, our Creative Future, 2025 to 2035. Do we have any questions for the relevant officers? No? If there isn't, I'll move them. Do I have a seconder for that? Thank you, Councillor Doyle. Discussion?
If I may.
Councillor Antonelli?
Yes, I'm just wondering whether the report could reaffirm the fact that all councillors were also consulted in the matter. It seems to have been an omission from the report. Having read through the report, I hope I haven't missed that, but it doesn't seem to appear in the report that we were all consulted.
Sorry, I can't sound to me. I missed that. I couldn't understand it.
I heard that through you, Chair, that Councillor Antonelli is noting that Mayor, Deputy Mayor and councillors were consulted in the preparation of the Arts and Cultural Vision, but that doesn't appear to be noted in the report. So we'll just double check that and amend it if not. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Councillor Antonelli. We'll definitely note that. For me, I just want to add that this is a strong cultural vision, recognising that creativity is central to identity, well-being, economic growth and everyday life. This vision provides a clear direction, brings stakeholders together and confirms that the arts and culture is essential to a thriving community. So I want to thank the staff that have done a really good work on this vision. It is a 10-year vision, which is great to see that we're not just seeing just in front of our nose, but we're looking further abreast and making some really good priorities to put in place. So thank you to all the staff for that. So I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour of adopting. Councillor Antonelli?
Yes, in favour. Thank you.
Yep, so that's unanimous and carried. Thank you. This item 3 on the agenda is the team attraction brochure, Olympic and Paralympic trainings. Do we have any questions for the relevant officer?
If I may just pose a question to the CEO.
Okay, thank you. What's your question, Councillor Antonelli?
I just note in the document that there is reference to a particular, I think it's page 7 of the document, the actual performance-based document, that actually refers to a particular site that I don't believe has been publicly addressed yet. Should that be included at this stage?
Well, without knowing the one, without knowing what it is, but if it's...
Well, I am being cryptic because of the fact that it hasn't been publicly disclosed yet. I didn't think we'd gone public with that matter, and there may be some commercial and confidence in relation to it.
I see what he's referring to.
Yeah.
Which one?
Closed session.
Number 19 on the accommodation.
Yeah, I think it's a good point.
Yeah.
Do you want to move
Again,
to closed session?
It's confidential. It's a confidential document, so I think it's okay.
Yeah, again, pardon me for my deliberate cryptic question, but because of the commercial and confidence, I didn't want to highlight it.
Okay, Councillor Antonelli, it is a confidential attachment, so it is confidential at this moment. Like no one's seeing it.
No, that's good to know. So, yeah, I just wondered when is this document set to be released publicly then? Is it after the council meeting, or is it after that other matter is publicly disclosed?
I'll just get clarification from the CEO on that one.
It remains, through you, Chair, remains confidential through the committee and council process. So I might just need to check with the team the intended release date. So I'll either take that on notice or ask one of the officers to come up. Happy to take it on notice and we can clarify later. We'll take it on notice, I think.
Yeah, I think I prefer if we took it on notice and determined it before the council meeting as to whether we need to make any changes.
It'll certainly remain confidential through this committee and through the council process as well. Then the question is just when after, but we'll clarify that before the council meeting. Okay. Thank you, Chair.
Any further discussion on the brochure? I must say I did enjoy reading it. There was there very much is a system of thinking through that brochure and knowing what potentially might come to us in the lead up to the Olympics and the Paralympics. I think this document is very well put together. So there are other things that we'll have to put in place. So once this is set, and then we're going forward, there's also budget allocations we're going to have to look at as well, because if we're attracting teams and we're attracting countries, we're going to have to put our minds to that as well in further budgets. So, yeah, I like the brochure. So, all those in favour? Oh, wasn't it? Oh, okay. I thought we were up to. But I thought okay, I'll just move it. Thanks, Councillor Doyle, seconded by Councillor Martin. We've had our discussion, so if there's no other further discussion, I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? Councillor Antonelli?
Affirmative.
Thanks, that's carried unanimously. Thank you. We'll move on to item 4, which is the Ipswich Synthetic Athletics Track Update. Do we have any questions of any relevant? Yes, thank you, Councillor Doyle. Can I have the relevant officer? Is it to a relevant officer or CEO, Councillor Doyle? Mr. Stewart, thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Stewart.
Chair, I see the main document is marked confidential.
My question doesn't relate to confidential.
Okay.
attachment. Thank you, Mr. Stewart. I would just like to firstly thank you for the report and the update, and obviously the engagement of the consultant to undertake the feasibility study. I, along with other councillors, have had discussions already. So it's a really important piece of work and really exciting. So thank you for the update. Just specifically around the second action, so for instance, page 104 of our report says the internal independent assessment of the contaminated land, landfill, stormwater and geotech investigations of Bill Patterson Oval. We know that that is the piece that will help inform which way we move. Specifically around that, and specifically in relation to Ipswich Little Athletics and Ipswich District Athletics, are we talking with them? Are we continuing to keep them up to date if there's any early learnings out of that? I understand it's probably some of the geotech might be sensitive until it can be released, but I continue to field requests from them around maintenance, and it's kind of horse and cart. I understand we can't go spending too much money on rehabilitation when we don't know exactly what's happening underneath.
Sure.
But I'm just conscious of keeping that current facility fit for purpose and safe for the athletes up there. So.
Sure. It's a fair question, Councillor. I think critical to understanding what level of maintenance we do apply to that space is understanding the full geotech reports and what it would be the best and most appropriate solution, be that a temporary solution or a longer term one pending the outcome of those reports. We have a provision within the current OPEX to undertake a level of maintenance, which we plan to do at the end of the actual geotech studies. And we would ideally like to see that happening pretty well in February, March next year.
Has that been conveyed to
No, we have recently confirmed the geotechnical consultancy.
Yes. Yep.
And we will be meeting with them to understand what their program of works will look like.
Yes.
We'll have a more finer idea of what that timeline looks like.
Yep.
And we would then look to engage with the appropriate parties. Obviously, if there is a significant level of works, there will be some requirement for relocation, and we have been working on that as a temporary alternative solution for those clubs during that period of refurb.
All right. So we haven't hit pause on our maintenance obligations up there. It's continuing as normal while these other investigations are underway.
Correct. So we've been onto the track. I've met with Vic. We've walked that space. We've identified some obvious areas that need to be addressed. We've organised for a follow-up meeting in the next couple of weeks as well.
About sprinklers?
Over the sprinkler issues. We do have an issue there with our water pressure.
Right.
That's not popping the sprinkler head, so to speak, and that is leading to what we're seeing is a number of individual patches of well-watered spaces as opposed to the wider space.
Yeah.
We'll be looking to see what we can do there, and we have in fact brought forward work on the water pump, which is a capital item, and we're looking to do that prior to the end of the 26 capital year.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, Chair.
Councillor Madden?
Yeah, I'll be careful how I ask this question because I don't want to disclose too much about the report. But councillors will be informed of 3 or 4 preferred locations shortly. It says that in the report. At that time, will we also be informed as to all of the locations that were considered?
So it is proposed that we have a workshop next week. Okay. We have the consultant coming to that workshop who will present to you all the sites and their constraints and recommend a way forward.
Thanks very much, Don.
Thank you. Any more questions? Oh, Councillor Antonelli, you've got your hand up.
Yes. Please take this question, and it's not to you, Don, actually. It's just a generic question. I just find it weird that we have this report. It's basically just saying we're still looking into it, so to speak, and still talking about it. Is there a reason why this report actually came up? Was there a formal request for it to come up? Because the recommendation is quite a weird one, in that it basically just says that we're doing something and it be noted. Is this what we have done in the past with these sorts of matters, that we've had recent updates.
CEO will take that one, Councillor
I
Antonelli.
think Mr Stewart was just having a little bit of trouble hearing Councillor Antonelli. So I would just say that from my understanding, when the notice of motion was put forward by Councillor Doyle at this committee and then a previous update report was provided, and we did indicate that we'd have more information in November. So we're really just seeking to honour the commitment we made to come back to the committee and provide an update, not quite as advanced as we might have hoped, but we thought it best to provide an update in any case. That's why Councillor Antonelli through the chair.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Otherwise, other than that, it just seems like and no offence to anybody who wrote it, but or anything, it just seems to be a nothing report. It's just saying that we're still looking into it. So
yeah, I think Councillor Antonelli, I think reading into it, it's probably just a little bit of a glitch in timing, but it does state there that we are going to be briefed. Is it next week in the advocacy? Yeah. So I think it's just a little bit of a glitch in timing, but I think it's more so just bringing it to us to let us know that the motion is on train, and yeah, we might have just stopped off a little bit, but it is going to be addressed to us. We'll have a full briefing on it.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Stewart. I don't think there's any more questions. Moving that. Yep. Thanks, Councillor Doyle. Move that. Do I have a seconder? Thanks, Councillor Madden. Any discussion?
Thank you, Chair. Just really excited to finally see this piece of work undertaken and work out a plan forward wherever that site may lie. Ipswich Little Athletics and Ipswich and District Athletics, they're super keen to also get some long-term stability, I guess, and tenure. So, and, you know, moving to a position where we're providing good grassroots, competition-ready facilities for our local athletes has always been my main focus. It would be lovely to see a synthetic track and, you know, all the embellishments that go with it and attract international teams ahead of the Olympics. But first and foremost, this is a facility that our local athletes right across Ipswich have been begging for. So, yeah, thank you.
Councillor Madden?
Yes, yes, Chair. I know this is a matter that's close to the heart of my co-councillor for Division 4, Councillor Martin, so I'm just going to say a few words about the importance of this for our broader community. In Division 4, we're lucky enough to have Rosewood Little Athletics, so a very active club, and I'm well aware of the use of Bill Patterson Oval, how important that is, but I'm also aware about the deficiencies with the Bill Patterson Oval, and I think this is long overdue that we have this facility for our local athletes. We produce so many, Gout, the most recent, but there's also a plethora of other athletes, you know, competing in national championships, and they'll be able to, hopefully, when this is all done, have a local facility, wherever it may be. I mean, I won't say what my preferred place is because we're going to vote on this at some point, but I do have one that I would love it to be at, but I'll accept whatever the recommendation is, I think. That's it, Chair.
Great, thank you, Councillor Madden. Anyone else? The last thing I'd say is wherever we land on this, the winner's going to be athletics, if we can get this progressed. So, yes, thank you. In favour of adopting this, that's everyone in the room. Councillor Antonelli?
Affirmative.
Yeah, affirmative. That's carried. Thank you. So now we move to item 5, which is major community event sponsorship for the Ipswich show. Does anyone have any questions for the relevant officer?
Yes.
Thank you. Can I have the officer up, Ms. Gregory? Thank you.
Good morning, Carly Gregory, Manager of Marketing and Promotions.
Councillor Antonelli?
Yeah, thank you, Ms Gregory. I note that we've nominated $30,000 per year. That was the same amount as this current year, is that correct?
I believe it was 35 for 2025, Councillor Antonelli. I think it was assessed at 30 and came to council and was awarded 35,000.
And is there a reason why we've come back to 30 in this instance? What's the criteria that's been, or the matrix that's been utilised?
Yeah, obviously just on, it was assessed exactly the same for the 2025 event, but when it came to council, council decided to give it 35,000. So very similar numbers in terms of attendance, economic benefit, all the criteria that these events are assessed on.
And again, if the Show Society asks for an increase on that 30,000, is that made available to them or not?
The whole idea, I suppose, of a multi-year agreement is that it's set for the 3 years.
It's fixed?
Yes, it is fixed.
It's fixed, correct.
So I'm wondering whether there is, considering we donated, that we provided, sponsored 35,000 this year, whether or not we would see that as something we would want to continue, or whether we would have it remain at 30 over the next 3 years. I note that you've said that there's about 31,000 attendees this year, so that equates to about $1 per person in attendance that we're sponsoring. I also noted that an interesting detail, the last dot point in your noteworthy details on page 118, 33, it says 76% of attendees had previously attended the Ipswich show, up from 70% in 2024, suggesting strong community engagement. Can I just stipulate that that's not unsurprising in many respects, because a lot of the people who do attend the show are performers or competitors within a host of the activities. My interest is in trying to increase the new visitation each year.
Have you got a question, Councillor Antonelli?
Yes, I have.
Thank you.
What are we doing in relation, or what are we trying to set in relation to the promotion of the Ipswich show to other residents within the city of Ipswich?
What are we trying to do as council?
Yes, are we trying to work with the Show Society on that?
Yeah, obviously, council. Sorry, it was just a little bit hard to hear you. Like every event that we sponsor or support, we obviously have in-kind benefits. So that is via our council channels, whether that's Ipswich Festivals or Discover Ipswich, or the council social channels and those kind of things. So all of those, we put to the operators, councillor, and provide all of that kind of support. Obviously, for us, we know that visitors from outside the region draw a higher economic benefit. So that's why we obviously focus on some of those channels as well. Obviously, we want locals to attend, but people from outside the region, we know usually stay longer, spend more, has a greater economic benefit. So yes, we do work with them.
Also, I noted a typo in the report, and it seems to appear in a number of reports today. On page 119 of 133, it's one of the dot points relating to the benefits to council. One of the dot points says for the opportunity for council representative. I believe that should be representatives to attend official functions, including the opening, fine art awards and thank you function.
Yes, I do
It is
believe...
in the singular rather than plural.
Look, that might just be an oversight, councillor. I'll go and check the contract from previous years, but I do understand that councillors have been invited to the launch and various events that they have across the show or related to the show before and after in previous years. So I can look at that. It might just be an oversight, sorry.
Can we get that amended within the report, please?
Noted, absolutely.
All right. I just wanted to know, we've done an impact study in 2021. How often would we do those?
Yeah, look, depending on the scale of the event, obviously if they're more commercial events, we'd expect that more readily. Council obviously undertook that for the Show Society in 2021. So probably every 5 years or something we would look to do one,
All right,
so that we
so
have
might
more
look at-
relevant data.
Yes, I might look at it next year. Yeah,
We can look
Okay.
at that.
Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? Thank you. So the recommendation is for the 30 times 3. Yeah, so I'm supportive of that. I'll move that. Councillor Doyle, you want to second that? Thank you. Discussion?
Thank you, Chair. I want to confirm, yes, I'm absolutely supportive of this arrangement. We've discussed before about providing long-term continuity and surety to those that we partner with, like the Show Society. So absolutely supportive of this. Love the Ipswich show, have been going since I was a child. Just want to commend the Show Society on the wonderful activation that they're doing up there when traditionally show societies and showgrounds may be struggling to remain relevant and financially sustainable. Our Ipswich Show Society do an amazing job in activating. I was up having breakfast at the Showplace Cafe and speaking with Ross, and then Darren Zano, President of Show Society, came through, and it was just after the rodeo. And they were just so delighted. It had attracted huge crowds, including international competitors, judges. So that they see that event only growing each year. And then very separately to that, they obviously have their event and entertainment centre there where they host functions. So they're doing an amazing job, and always happy to support the Show Society for things like this.
Thank you. Councillor Madden?
Yep, thanks, Chair. I'm very happy to support this motion. I mean, as Councillor Doyle has said, anyone raised in Ipswich, this is the iconic event. I mean, people may say it's the rugby league finals or the Jets games or whatever, but this is the event that is virtually in the middle of the city and draws people from the farthest reaches to come to the event, mainly because it is an agricultural show. It used to be an agricultural and horticultural show, but at a certain time the Horticultural Society separated from the Agricultural Society. But it's one of those events must do for myself, at least twice, maybe 3 times, and very happy to support it. I am pleased, having studied at UQ Gatton, that there is an event that still showcases agriculture in Ipswich. And, if it's fat cattle, horses, horticulture, grain, I just love that aspect to it. And as I do at our shows, Rosewood Show and the Marburg Show as well, so I'm very pleased to support it, and I'm sure this is an iconic event that will go on for many. I'm sure Ipswich City Council will be dealing with this motion many, many times in decades to come, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Madden. Councillor Antonelli? Councillor Antonelli, you got your hand up? No?
Oh, my apologies. I clicked the wrong button.
Oh.
I just noted in the report that the Show Society requested support of 35,000, and I'm just wondering whether the committee is willing to extend that 30,000 each year for 3 years to 35,000 each year, or whether we discuss that offline between now and the council meeting.
Well, we've moved the 30 by 3. If you're either amending it now or we are going to look to go to the ordinary. So we'll talk about it after Councillor Antonelli.
Well, I'm happy to move an amendment in relation to that for consideration now. Obviously, I'm not in the room, so it's very hard to judge the mood of the room. So that's the reason I posed the question.
To move the, yep, approved it.
I'm happy to second it, Chair, but it is only a recommendation that has to be reviewed at the council meeting next week.
So you want to move the recommendation from 30 to 35 per year? Yep. So you're moving that one, Councillor Madden? Or?
No,
You
I'm
second-
moving that one.
Okay, thanks,
Sorry.
Councillor Antonelli. You move it and Councillor Madden will second it.
Point of order. There's a live motion for the 30 over 3 years, and so if they want it amended, then the mover and seconder have to agree. Otherwise, it'll have to be
Oh, yeah, okay. So,
That is correct procedure. Thanks, Deputy Mayor.
what did he say?
Am I that
Yeah, we
hard to
just-
hear, am I?
So the live motion in front of us is 30,000 over 3
30.
years per year. It's been moved and seconded. So if the mover and seconder agree, then it can be amended. Otherwise, that goes to the vote, and then he can, Councillor Antonelli can
So Councillor
put up
Dawes,
Yeah, so as the
mover?
I'd be happy to support the amendment, but prior to that, I probably would like to understand if there is consensus or support in the room. The alternative would be to send it through to the ordinary, and at that point, we can amend it.
To the
And that gives
35.
us time to discuss as a
Discuss
group
it.
if
Yeah, I'd
supportive
rather
of
that.
if there's
we go-
appetite, yeah.
We just keep going in the trajectory that we've been going and then we can look to change it at the ordinary.
Yeah.
Councillor Antonelli, would you be happy with that as well? 'Cause-
Yeah, I'll withdraw my amendment if everyone in the room is of that consensus.
okay, thank you, Councillor Antonelli. Thank you, Councillor Madden. Councillor Doyle, thank you. So we'll put the first motion, which is the 30 by Councillor Martin.
Can I speak first? Is that
Sure.
okay?
Yes, sure.
I'd just like to say, yeah, support the Ipswich show. I remember going there when I was a kid, used to walk down the hill, loved the fireworks, loved the show, and then took great pride taking my daughter to the show. And the last few years, had opportunity to take the grandkids to the show. I obviously haven't been going to the show as long as Councillor Madden. However, have been going for a number of years. Sorry about that, but just point of order, I was speaking. So yeah, be happy to continue sponsorship and also applaud the Ipswich Show Society last year. They have actual amazing arena events, but now the show is extended, goes all the way around the bottom side of the arena as well. So there's so much to see, so much for young people. There's oftentimes criticism in community about how much it costs, but there is certainly bang for buck in the show by virtue of what you see, live exhibits, so many animals, llama farm, so many things to see and do. So I certainly applaud Ipswich Show Society, the work they do, and certainly take great pride in being able to support sponsorship for them.
Thank you, Councillor Martin. Yes, I would just like, going for the last couple of years, and you can just see what a well-oiled machine it is behind the scenes. It's just a beast, the way they just move for those couple of days. It's a massive undertaking, but they should be so applauded to what they've done in the past, and I'm sure what they'll continue to do in the future. I was also happy enough to go to their thank you. They do thank all their volunteers, and so I went along for council and accepted a thank you certificate on behalf of the Show Society for our sponsorship. So thank you. So we'll just finally move that motion. All those in favour of adopting the 30 by 3, that's everyone in the room. Councillor Antonelli?
Affirmative.
Affirmative, that's unanimous and carried. Thank you. We now move on to item 6, which is the event sponsorship for the Ipswich Outdoor Living 4x4 and Caravan Expo. Could I just have the officer, I've got a question, if the relevant officer could come up, please.
Through the chair, is that a typo that the first line says sponsorship of 30K per year and then next one seems to indicate 20 plus a 5 and a 10?
I can clarify.
Thank you.
Carly Gregory, Manager of Marketing and Promotions. The summary is just explaining what they've requested, which is different to the recommendation.
Name and title? Did you say name and title? Yeah,
I did.
Thank you. Sorry, wasn't listening, I was concentrating on. Sorry, I just wanted to know, this is the first time this is happening here, this entity?
This is, yes.
Have this entity held it somewhere else?
So this entity has been around, this event company, since about 2014 and has run this style of event interstate in various states. So this year it moved into the Queensland market and ran an event in Bundaberg. We had actually worked directly with Caravan in Queensland a number of years and Willowbank Raceway to bring a caravanning and camping show to Ipswich, given the type of demographic we have in SEQ. We all know that that kind of outdoor living, fall driving, camping, caravanning is very, very popular in Queensland. So we've been working to look at these kinds of events. So we obviously speak to lots of event operators and promoters all the time. So there's an opportunity to bring this to Ipswich for the first time in 2026. And the Show Society obviously are very supportive because they would be the home of this event.
Great, thank you. That's all my questions. Has anyone got any? Deputy Mayor?
Thank you, Chair. Just on page 123 of the 133, and it might just be a typo, Carly, under the 2028 year,
Yes.
it says the base of 15,000 attendees, but I'm thinking it needs to be 18,000 because the 20% uplift.
Yes, it does. Sorry, I haven't done the year on year, have I? Thank you.
No,
You're
that's
right.
okay. And
Yes,
so
correct,
that's-
because it's the uplift of year on year.
Yeah.
Apologies for that. We'll update that.
Okay. And then do you think, because this is a new event in council, in our LGA, I guess the pros and cons of having an agreement spanning 3 years when it's a bit of an unknown, how did you kind of process that?
Yeah, obviously they provided lots of economic data based on other events around the country. So we tried to look at, you know, the locations that were similar to our demographic, I suppose, in our locale. This is based on their recommendation of the numbers that they can see based on events they've run since 2014. So we didn't pluck these numbers, or, you know what I mean? They're quite conservative, and that's why I've probably formed it with a performance payment. You know, so yes, we'd be securing it for 3 years. I would love it to stay here, not come once and disappear somewhere else if it's hugely successful. But absolutely, that could be a consideration. You could say we'll just do a 1 year agreement. But yeah, that's why I put the performance payment in, a lower base, and then a performance based on the increase.
Yeah, understandable. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Martin?
Through the chair, the performance base is only if they achieve their KPIs.
That's exactly right, yes.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Ms Gregory.
Sorry, I haven't.
Sorry, Councillor Antonelli. Apologies.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Antonelli.
Look, I'm just wondering why we are supporting, with such a significant amount of money, what is a profit-making enterprise. And then, if they perform well, we add even more to their bottom line by giving them more each year thereafter. It just seems to me that we don't even give long-standing, very community beneficial events this amount of money. And I really need to understand how a number of people attending the showgrounds for an event, captured at that event, are going to have any credible spin-off to our local economy.
I suppose, firstly, to your point, we do absolutely support community events through major community event sponsorship to this level and higher. This is a commercial event, but this is event attraction. So this is about us bringing events to the city rather than going somewhere else that are going to drive visitation and economic benefit, which is the basis for event sponsorship in its current format. No different to festivals and other events that we attract. There's always an attraction fee to get them to come to Ipswich when there's, other places that they could go.
I guess my question hasn't been answered though. What study or what have we undertaken to determine what the real benefit to our local economy will be? Is there some report to that effect? Doesn't appear to be.
So in the application for this event, Councillor Antonelli, we obviously looked at event data from other events that this company has run in other locations and used that as a baseline to try and predict and make a recommendation on the economic benefit that it would have coming to the city.
I guess my real concern here is that while I am satisfied with the idea of attracting this event, and in the first year, the fact that we are making a formal 3-year commitment concerns me. I think we should base our subsequent response in year 2 and 3 on year 1's outcome, and maybe if the recommendation is worded in such a way that years 2 and 3 support will be considered in line with those outcomes, rather than us agreeing to it here and now. Do you have a response in relation to that thought?
But that's absolutely the decision of council. We're putting a recommendation forward. I suppose the risk in that is there might be other locations that are offering a multi-year agreement. So obviously we're putting our best foot forward to win this event for the city, which is the basis of our event sponsorship. If council doesn't decide that, that's absolutely fine as well, or we'll take that back and see what the outcome is.
Are you aware of that? Is there other locations being considered?
Well, absolutely, there would be other locations being considered, because we're working with a marketing company that, we're trying to bid for this event, basically.
If there's no further questions, thank you, Ms Gregory. Okay. So I'll see if there's a mover for this recommendation. Thank you, Councillor Doyle, seconding. Thank you, Councillor Martin. Discussion?
Through you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you, Deputy Mayor.
I think that there's been a lot of discussion over the years of having something like this in Ipswich, and I think that our location is the prime location for an event like this. We are obviously located on the corridor of a lot of roads that lead to people going off-road, caravanning, camping, forward driving. So it just completely makes sense that an event like this happens in Ipswich, and I think that it's going to exceed expectations. I have faith, I guess, in the officers in relation to why they've chosen the 3-year contract, and obviously the performance milestones, are there for a reason. So I think that this is a great step forward for us as a city to have an event like this, and we need more events in our city, and I think that this one is going to be prime for success.
Yeah, hear, Councillor Johnny. Deputy, Councillor Doyle.
Oh, thank you, Chair. Yes, I'm supportive of this one. I'm also aware that council officers in our marketing and events team have been working on this one, as well as others, for several years, and I'm confident with the due diligence and the position where they've landed that I agree this is certainly something that suits Ipswich. Camping outdoors, it's exactly what our people and our community love to do. Yeah, great opportunity for Ipswich. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Doyle. Councillor Madden?
Yes, Chair, I grew up in an era where people had caravans and they used them once a year to go to their favourite spot at the Gold Coast that they booked every year. But things have moved on, and now when I talk to people, particularly the people that use the Rosewood Showgrounds caravan park, it's an entirely new world, this caravan community where you have like maybe groups of caravanners moving around together regularly, you know, and there's also another aspect to this, and that's the aspect that these people are looking at getting better caravans. The idea you have one caravan for your life, which is what we kind of did, has gone by the way, and they're continually, you know, superannuation-rich retirees always looking for new caravans. And I agree with Councillor Johnnick that this could become an iconic event that Ipswich becomes known for, where we may even have all of our caravan parks in Ipswich full of the people that are visiting this event. And say the people at Rosewood, they can catch the train to Ipswich, then the bus out to the showground. So I think it's a win-win for Ipswich City Council. The only concern I have is monitoring the attendees. Having attended the Ipswich show, I know there's some flexibility about recording numbers, but I think as long as we're confident that we're getting accurate data as to the attendees, then that's the only matter of concern to me. But I trust council officers will make sure it's done the right way, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Madden. Councillor Antonelli, I see you got your hand up.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Just in relation to this, I just personally, in order for me to make a decision, I just don't believe there's enough in the report for me to vote one way or the other. So obviously, I will be taking the opportunity not to vote on the matter until, and I will use the next week to sit down with the relevant officer to go over the matter to answer further questions.
Thank you, Councillor Antonelli. Well, for me, we just hear about the grey nomads going up and down the highway, but there's such a bigger market, as Councillor Madden was saying, there's such a bigger market than just the grey nomads. I know a lot of my friends, especially single ladies, they hitch up their caravan and they go sightseeing through Australia, which I think is great, you know. Go and see your own backyard. I know it's quite sexy to hop on a plane and go overseas, but I think get in your caravan and get out there. So I'm very much supportive of this event coming to Ipswich. So if that's all said, I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? That's unanimous in the room. Councillor Antonelli, how are you voting? He's going to abstain.
Sorry, abstain, thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's unanimous and carried. Oh, not unanimous. That's carried. Thank you. We'll now move on to item 7, which is the event sponsorship, 2026 Eastern Rumble Pro Tour and AM Series skateboarding event. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you, Councillor Martin.
Sorry, Kelly.
Good morning, Carly Gregory, Manager of Marketing and Promotions.
Councillor Martin.
Thank you, Carly, through you, Chair. Just wondering, recommendations for 20,000, and I see that their attendance in 24 was just over 2,000. So that almost equates to $100 a person, as opposed to, say, the Show Society, $30,000 $1 each, and the one that just went for us with the Caravan Expo, 20,000 for 20,000 people.
As outlined in the report, this event was established after council had done the refurbishment of the skate park at Redbank Plains Reserve. It would be fair to say this year the event sponsorship for this event was $8,000, which is reflective of the attendance, even though it's a really important event in terms of where it sits. I thought it would be remiss of me, though, not to bring this to council. If we do not increase our support of this event, it will have to go somewhere else, and that's okay. I just thought it was important to bring this one to council for council to decide, because it is ratified now as an Olympic qualifier. It's ratified by Skate Australia. There's been interest in this event in previous years. So I thought, you know, given that council obviously is committed to looking at opportunities in the lead up to 2032, that it was important to bring this to council. Yeah. So you're right. It doesn't add up in terms of our criteria of economic benefit, but this is the level of support that we would need to retain this event in the city.
So you said we've given them $8,000 before. If we just offered 8,000 or 10,000, you're saying they'd move
That's
somewhere
correct.
else?
That's been the discussion with the organisers this year, yes.
Councillor Martin, if I can give a little bit of knowledge what I know of this. So there's basically two areas in southeast Queensland that are skating areas. Gold Coast, would you believe? Red Bank Plains, Ipswich. Those are the two places that people go for skateboarding. We are up there in the skating world. And for us, and we've just done the team attraction brochure, and for me, I see that links to just this event, because it's an Olympic sport, and we're wanting to attract, and I think this event will just absolutely be an event that we're looking for to be able to attract here to Ipswich. If you go to, I think Councillor Madden, sorry, I'm not even looking at his sign and I'm calling you Madden. Sorry, Councillor Madsen, have been to this event. Last year got rained out. It was so hard, the rain all day. But the people that go to this event are like the Australian skateboarding coach, the CEO of Skate Australia. They all turn up to this event. So it's not just an event that is just in our park and we've just got some skateboarders. It is very much an event that Skate Australia all around have eyes on. So if you can understand that sort of thing, where this event is where it lands and where it's situated, and where potentially what opportunity we actually have got here to really capitalise on something that we've got right here. Am I talking out of turn? Out of school, anything.
Oh, fine.
Anyway, that's my knowledge of this event. So I'm very supportive of this sponsorship as it is. No other questions? Thank you, Ms. Gregory. So if there's no other questions, I would move that those recommendations. Would I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Doyle. Any discussion on the matter? Thank you, Councillor Madsen.
Yeah, I remember when this the skate park facility opened last term. It's been pretty popular with the community. I'm supportive under the guise of, I think it's a good event to continue to have in Ipswich lead into the Olympics. In terms of attracting training teams and other things like that, it's important that we're on the map of having these sorts of facilities. Notwithstanding, Councillor Martin's question actually did raise a valid point that the attendance isn't quite there. I would take it a different direction, however, in that I think it can probably be better promoted. And so I'd like to hear what possibilities there are for this to be better promoted in Ipswich next time around.
Deputy Mayor Johnny.
Thank you. Noting Councillor Martin's commentary, and I do understand the why it's fallen out of that kind of critique because of the pathway to the Olympics. And I think if it is promoted more heavily, perhaps in more high schools or primary schools, etc. I know that we had the Etnies series in Springfield. Was it Etnies? Yep. Yeah, so they had a series in the Springfield area in that skateboard bowl, and it basically just promotes something for our children to do as well. That's not, doing something that they probably shouldn't be doing, right? And so we've got this beautiful asset that we've built to facilitate these types of things. So I think that, it's going to be a positive for our city. It just needs more promotion.
Yeah, I totally agree with you as well. I must say that there's another skateboarding business just opened up in your division, Deputy Mayor, at Augustine Heights. they sell all of the mechanisms that go into skateboarding. So they've just opened. So it is a really fast growing sport. So yeah, I really look forward to this event, and I would, if I could, be as bold as to, and I will be reminding everyone when it's on, because I'd really like all the councillors to attend this event, because there is a true opportunity for us to be able to create a partnership with Skate Australia, and I do know that they're looking for a hub to put there's those more adrenaline sports, the climbing and to create a hub. And if we are, as I said, Red Bank Plains is a top location for skateboarding, and we're going forward in that Olympic and Paralympic mindset. Hey, if we show support as a collective, and the CEO comes to the event, that so we're showing real support, and I think that's what our role is, to
We can go back
advocate
to
for.
our teen years. Sorry, Chair. We can pull out our decks and go back to our teen years and pull off a flamingo on the bowl. Yeah, do that too.
You first. All right, so I'll put that one to the vote. All those in favour of adopting the recommendations? That's a unanimous in the room. Councillor Antonelli? Councillor
Affirmative.
Antonelli? Affirmative. That's unanimous and carried. Thank you so much. So now we come to our last item, which is item 8, quarterly event sponsorship and ticket allocation report. Does anyone have questions of the relevant officer on that one? Oh, thank you. Relevant officer, please. Oh, it's Carly. It's not the 9th, because that's not updated.
Carly Gregory, Manager of Marketing and Promotions.
Thanks, Carly. Just a little bit more information. I'm interested in, on page 131 of 133, the 2 items, Baseball Queensland, $2,500.
Yes.
And Wiser Pacifica Communities. I mean, just with regard to the first one, Baseball Queensland 2,000. Our local club is called Musketeers. Are we giving Baseball Queensland, which is a different organisation, money to support the event they're holding for the state titles? Seems a bit odd.
I would have said probably 5 or 6 years ago, what used to happen was the local associations or clubs would often bid to host a state champs.
So this would be at Musketeers, is it?
Yeah, yeah, it would be, yes.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But there has been a change, I would say in the last 3 years particularly, where now the state governing bodies often are the ones bidding and deciding and doing that direct for various reasons. Yeah. And it does depend on sport to sport, but this is that. So we always, in terms of our assessment of this, ask what the benefit is for the local club or association. Are they able to open their canteen, for example, and make money?
Is the event being held at Musketeers?
I will take it on notice and check with you. I'll send you an email this afternoon, but yes.
It's quite possible it could be held at Musketeers. So, they're making major improvements.
Yeah.
So that just, I'd be pleased for you to take that
on
notice.
I'll
just want to
definitely
clarify
do that.
if the event's going to be at Ipswich, or are we kind of sponsoring the team going to the state titles,
No, it's actually to host the state titles in Ipswich.
So definitely host.
Yeah.
And again, with the second one, Wiser Pacifica Communities, what's the venue for that one?
It was over at North Ipswich, I believe, wasn't it?
North Ipswich Reserve?
Yeah, and on the training fields as well.
Okay.
That was about 3 weeks ago, I think, 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess the concern I have is it's going to be a construction site come next month, and
we have already worked with the event operators to talk about alternative locations.
Okay. I mean, there are going to be fields available that the Jets are going to use, the top fields. So there are kind of 2 fields available, but I mean, we're not clear about the footprint the builders will require.
Yeah, that's right.
They've got to do.
This event would absolutely be able to be held on some alternate fields that council has, yes.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit more? Wiser Pacifica Communities?
I was just going to say who actually attended. Did you attend? Yeah. Yeah.
I presume it's not Polynesian groups,
Correct.
Tongans.
Yeah.
Simone's.
Operate out of our Riverview Community Centre.
Centre, yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to get an idea of the scope of the teams. We just recently had the Pacifica Rugby League competition, and Cook Islands were in there, you know.
Yes.
So
It's also a netball comp, yeah.
much broader group than what I
It really is
expect.
in SEQ.
So basically, we're talking about Polynesian, Melanesian, Micronesian
Exactly
groups.
right.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine, Carly.
Part sports event, part cultural celebration.
Yeah. Well, there was a recent Christmas party where the Tongan group booked the North Ipswich Reserve, the main oval, just for the day. It was far more than just playing touch football.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's beautiful.
It was really good, really, really good.
Yeah, I think we recently hosted maybe a fortnight ago over 2 weekends a netball carnival as well, similar at Limestone Parks.
Okay,
Yeah.
well done. Yeah, I'm always very interested to know about these, even when we're not,
Yeah, that's
maybe
right.
have a tenuous connection, maybe just providing the venue.
Yeah, and this is obviously the benefit of the quarterly report because not everything comes to council. So, yeah, it's a good overview.
Great. Thank you very much for that information. Carly's clarified what I needed to know, and if you could find out if that
I will do that
Queensland
this
baseball
afternoon.
is going to be at
Musketeers.
Tivoli Sports Fields, or if it's going to be somewhere else.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I'll confirm
Carly.
that for you.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't think there's any more questions. Do I have a mover for that? Thank you, Councillor Madden. A seconder? Thank you, Councillor Johnick. Discussion? No? I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour? That's unanimous in the room. And Councillor Antonelli?
Affirmative.
That's unanimous and carried. Thank you so much. Thought that was the last one, but we've got item 9, which is the Nicholas Street Precinct, November 2025. Do we have any questions of the relevant officer? No, I'll move that that item. Do I have a second? Thank you, Councillor Doyle. Any questions? No, I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour of adopting that? That's unanimous in the room, and
Affirmative.
that's unanimous and carried. Councillor Antonelli voted for that as well. So, sorry? Yeah, so we don't have any notices of motion unless somebody's got something. No. Matters arising, I have got nothing. Questions, general business, nothing. I'd like to, on behalf of this committee, the Economic and Cultural Development Committee, I'd like to extend my best wishes to my fellow councillors. It's been a great year. There's been some ups and downs, but on the whole, we've all worked to move our train forward. So I firstly would like to wish all of my councillors, fellow councillors and the Mayor a Merry Christmas and a safe and prosperous New Year. And to all the staff of Ipswich City Council, I send out my heartfelt well wishes for the festive season and for you and your loved ones to have a great Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Councillor Doyle.
No, thank you, Chair.
Brings this committee to an end, and the next one will be at, so we close at 10:40. Will we? 11:40. Will we come back at 11:50? Yeah, thank you. We'll come back at 11:50. Thank you.